In a small coastal village in Spain, there were whispers of a cursed treasure hidden deep within an ancient cave. Legend had it, whoever possessed this treasure would incur the wrath of the dreaded Medusa. No one had the courage to seek the treasure, fearing the terrifying consequences that awaited them. Until one day, a fearless adventurer named Alejandro arrived in the village seeking the thrill of a lifetime. The villagers warned Alejandro of the danger that awaited him in the cave, but his curiosity and greed were too strong to resist. Determined to find the treasure and prove the legends wrong, he gathered his supplies and set off towards the treacherous cave. As he entered the cave, Alejandro could feel an eerie presence lingering in the air. The walls dripped with stalactites, casting menacing shadows that danced in the flickering light of his lantern. Suddenly, a chilling voice echoed through the cave. "Who dares venture into my domain?" Startled, Alejandro froze in his tracks, beads of sweat forming on his forehead. "I am Alejandro," he replied with a trembling voice. "I seek the cursed treasure. I am not afraid of you, Medusa." The voice chuckled maliciously, sending shivers down Alejandro's spine. "We shall see," it hissed. Alejandro continued deeper into the cave, his heart pounding with each step. The air grew thick and heavy, as if the very walls were alive. Suddenly, he stumbled upon a vast chamber, illuminated by an eerie blue glow. The sight that met Alejandro's eyes was both mesmerizing and terrifying. The cursed treasure lay before him, glittering with golden coins and jewels beyond his wildest dreams. But guarding it was a petrifying figure, the legendary Medusa herself. Medusa's eyes burned an incandescent green, swirling with malevolence. Her snake-like hair squirmed and writhed, ready to strike at any moment. "So, you seek my treasure, mortal?" she sneered. Alejandro swallowed hard, trying to gather his courage. "Yes, Medusa, I seek your treasure. But I also seek to break the curse that plagues you." Medusa laughed, a sound that sent chills down Alejandro's spine. "Foolish mortal. No one can break the curse that binds me. It is your fate to turn to stone like the rest who dared cross my path." Alejandro took a deep breath, trying to calm his racing heart. "Please, Medusa, there must be a way. I can't let fear rule my life anymore. If anyone can break the curse, it's me." Medusa looked at him with a mix of curiosity and amusement. "Very well, mortal. If you can solve my riddle, I shall grant you your wish. Fail, and you will be turned to stone like all the others." Alejandro gulped. "What is your riddle, Medusa?" "I have seas with no water, and coasts with no sand, towns without houses, and mountains with no land. What am I?" Alejandro furrowed his brow, deep in thought. The answer eluded him. He racked his brain, desperately searching for a clue. Suddenly, inspiration struck him. "You are a map," Alejandro confidently declared. Medusa's eyes widened in surprise. "Correct," she said, begrudgingly impressed. "You have proven yourself worthy. The curse is broken." The golden light surrounding the cursed treasure faded away, and Medusa's snake-like hair transformed back into luscious locks. Alejandro could hardly believe his eyes. "Thank you, Medusa," he said, awestruck. "But what of the treasure? Will you keep it?" Medusa smiled, a rare sight indeed. "Keep it, mortal. It has caused me nothing but pain. Let it bring you joy instead." Alejandro's heart swelled with gratitude. "I will treasure it always," he said, tears of joy welling in his eyes. With the curse broken, Alejandro returned to the village a hero. The villagers marveled at the sight of him, no longer fearing the wrath of Medusa. As time went on, Alejandro's fame spread far and wide. People from all over came to visit the coastal village, eager to hear the tale of the adventurer who defied the wrath of Medusa. Alejandro embraced his newfound celebrity, opening a museum to display the cursed treasure, It became a tourist attraction, drawing visitors from across the world. One day, as Alejandro tended to the museum, a young woman named Sofia entered. Her eyes sparkled with curiosity as she surveyed the artifacts. Alejandro approached her with a warm smile. "Can I help you with something, miss?" Sofia bit her lip nervously. "Actually, I've come all this way to seek your expertise. I have an object that I believe is cursed, and I'm hoping you could help me." Alejandro's interest was piqued. "Well, Sofia, I would be honored to assist you. Show me the object, and we'll see what we can do." Sofia retrieved a small, ornate box from her bag and placed it on the table. Alejandro studied it, feeling a sense of foreboding. "Tell me, Sofia, why do you believe this box is cursed?" Sofia glanced around, lowering her voice. "Because whenever I open it, strange things start happening. Lights flicker, objects move on their own. It's driving me mad." Alejandro nodded, understanding her distress. "Fear not, Sofia. With my experience, we shall uncover the truth behind this cursed artifact." Together, Alejandro and Sofia embarked on a journey to break the curse that plagued the young woman's life. They studied ancient texts, consulted mystical scholars, and delved into forbidden rituals. Their determination knew no bounds. As time went on, Alejandro and Sofia grew closer. Their shared passion for adventure and their unwavering support for one another created an unbreakable bond. One fateful night, after hours of research, Sofia stumbled upon a passage that hinted at a possible solution to their predicament. "Alejandro, look!" she exclaimed, pointing at the text. "It says here that in order to break the curse, we must venture to the haunted forest and retrieve the sacred crystal of cleansing." Alejandro's eyes widened in excitement. "Sofia, this might be the answer we've been searching for. Let us prepare for the journey." The haunted forest was a treacherous place, filled with invisible entities and eerie whispers that danced through the trees. Alejandro and Sofia traversed the dense foliage, their hearts pounding with anticipation. Shadows lurked around every corner, testing their courage. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity of navigating through the darkness, they reached a clearing bathed in moonlight. At the center of the clearing stood a magnificent ancient tree, its branches reaching towards the sky like fingers yearning to touch eternity. Embedded within the trunk was a small crevice, shimmering with an otherworldly glow. Carefully, Alejandro and Sofia approached. "This must be it," Alejandro said, his voice filled with determination. "The sacred crystal of cleansing." As they reached out to touch the crystal, a powerful surge of energy coursed through their veins. In that moment, they felt connected to something greater than themselves. Alejandro and Sofia channeled their combined strength into the crystal, willing it to break the curse that plagued Sofia's life. And just like that, the curse was lifted. The whispers faded, the shadows receded, and Sofia was finally free from the affliction that had haunted her. Overwhelmed with gratitude, Sofia turned to Alejandro, her eyes sparkling with tears. "Thank you," she whispered. "You've given me my life back." Alejandro smiled, feeling a sense of fulfillment he had never experienced before. "No, Sofia, thank you. You've given my life purpose." Together, Alejandro and Sofia returned to the village, triumphant heroes whose tales would be sung for generations to come. Their love story became the stuff of legends, whispered among villagers gathered around roaring fires on cold winter nights. In time, they married and founded the Adventurers Guild, an organization dedicated to helping others break curses and overcome supernatural obstacles. Their knowledge and experience ensured that no curse remained unbroken, no darkness undefeated. Their story would forever be etched in the annals of history. And so, as Alejandro and Sofia embarked on countless adventures, They found solace in each other's embrace. Their love grew stronger with every challenge they faced. Whether it was a haunted house, a vengeful spirit, or a misunderstood monster, Alejandro and Sofia stood united, their courage radiating. Together, they were unstoppable. In their twilight years, as their bodies aged, their spirits remained youthful and full of life. They lived each day to the fullest, knowing they had made a difference in the world. One calm summer evening, sitting on their porch overlooking the vast ocean, they looked back on their incredible journey. The sun slowly dipped below the horizon, casting a golden glow upon them. Sofia leaned into Alejandro, her head resting on his shoulder. "We've had such a wonderful life, haven't we?" she murmured. Alejandro nodded, a content smile on his face. "Indeed, my love. Our adventures, our triumphs, our love, it has all been a gift." In that moment of peaceful serenity, Alejandro and Sofia realized that the true treasure they had discovered throughout their lives was not the cursed artifacts or the gold, but the love and companionship they had shared. Hand in hand, they watched as the final rays of sunlight disappeared over the horizon, embracing the darkness that would soon fill the world. And they knew, as long as they were together, they would conquer any darkness that may come. And so they sat, two souls bound by adventure and love, ready to face whatever awaited them in the vast unknown. The story of Alejandro and Sofia was never to be forgotten, for theirs was a tale of hope, courage, and the unbreakable bonds that can be forged even in the darkest of times.